What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I am still progressing through Ancient Power number 69, and here we are on floor 67 in the throne room. We got a little game ogre action here with proximity and power block. Omega Squad Alpha here, maximum effort and soft spot. The front line, brittle and unstoppable. Over here we've got a mob gallery up top. A little frosty fighter action down below. We do have pilot on though, which is kind of nice. And then Psyfrost Vanguard throwers, which are phased with armored. Anytime you see phased, remember these mobs are going to go so dang slow you can do whatever you want with them. So phased is definitely a nice little addition there as well. And I am doing all boom servos this reset. So we've got some flame auras with Go Boo Boom, some reflect beams with melee boom, proton beams with melee boom, a poison dart dower with chaos boom, and then an earth shatter with mini boss boom. I probably should go with something else on that earth shatter, but you know what? It's still getting the job done, so let's just continue on with it. Now we want to start off right over here. We've got it pretty easy on this lane with a little front line action. Now, the front line, we got no cyborgs here to worry about. We got no cyborgs to worry about up top either. So we can basically just petrify them and blaze them all up. Let's start off with... Let's start off with just a little proton action through the lane. We'll go with some reflect beams as well. Just kind of going to throw them right through the middle of the lane here. They're just there to provide the petrify and give us some big booms. And they will definitely get the job done for that. We're going to do the same thing here. We do have quite a few berserkers on this lane. Actually, there's only 2 to start off. That's not too terrible. But we are going to want to watch them as, you know, zerkers are going to zerk. They can get quite uppity. Let's just go ahead and continue to do the same thing. I think I'm going to do some lane sharing here with some R's as well. So let's go something like that, maybe? Do we want another one over here? Might as well. We'll throw another one there. And then we'll just go ahead and tag in just a couple more here. Now, the positive note is I managed to build both of those lanes for just 130 DU, leaving me a little additional. Now, here we got some Game Ogre. We do have proximity on these, so I think we are going to rinse and repeat it and do the exact same thing. Maybe I'll go a little longer on my proton string here this time, and then we'll go with 2 reflects instead of just 1, maybe. Yeah, let's just go ahead and double it up on through. And then we can go a couple of flame auras, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be GG's in that Game Ogre lane. Now on the Psyfrost Vanguard throwers. First off, we got a bunch of cyborgs, so there's going to be no other way to handle it really than with kind of the little cyborg trap with the proton and reflect beam. So we're going to put our proton in. How do we want it on this one? Let's go with the T. Do we want to go with the T shape on this one? For our reflect, yeah, I don't even think we need to. Let's just go with the regular old big V there, and we'll get our cyborg trap up front. So we'll throw in something like that. The cyborgs are just going to stand up here and wail away, of course, because using that unupgraded automation shard on it, automation is going to give you the effects of a 10 out of 10 Chaos 8 tenacity, which is just kind of nice. And let's see, let's just throw them around just a touch. We got a lot of DU left. Now what do we got up top? We got mob gallery up top. Yeah, no, there's really, I think we've got the one build that meets all requirements here for this map. I thought I was going to get some earth shatters and PDTs in, but I just don't even think it's necessary. Now, we're probably not going to have any cyborgs in this lane. I mean, we might down the road, but let's just do that. And that's going to leave us 180. Perfect. It worked out well for our Frosty Fodder. Now, the deal with Frosty Fodder, they're going to take the increased damage from fire damage. In addition to that, We got 108 mobs. Out of the 108 mobs, we got 108 goblins. So what do we have on our flame auras? Well, we got Go Boo Boom. So, oh yes. We're gonna have the big bada booms going right here. That is for sure. Let's go ahead and just line it up with those. You know what? Let's get that PDT and Earth Shatter in the mix too. As you see, enemies take increased damage per condition they're under. So let's add a few more conditions here. Let's go with some knock up, which is considered stun. And, no, we don't actually have enough left to do anything else. You know what? I changed my mind. Let's do this instead. We'll go with a poison dart tower. The poison is going to be some stun. And then we can't do anything else, can we? Let's see. We could go something like that. No, we can't do that either. We need 30 for it. Can I free up 10 more somewhere else? I probably can. In fact, I could probably drop 10 off of this proton right here. Without any major problems. So let's just go ahead and do that. We'll go with a 2-node proton there, and then that's going to allow me to drop another proton node here, because remember, the frost mobs can't be slowed, but they can be frozen. So let's go ahead and see if we can't freeze them up a little bit. So here we go. Let's check it out. And we only got one freeze out of all that, but, you know, that little proton is trying. It's trying real hard. And looking at the minimap, we're looking good everywhere else. Now, let's see. Are the ogres going to die? I think the ogres are going to die. We'll just keep an eye out here in Wave 1 and see how things are going. The Petrify is definitely doing well there. We had a little sneaky one get by. That is quite unfortunate. We got a Zerker there. And here I was staring right at the minimap, and for some reason I didn't see that one. But we got us, we lost our sub-objective, so we got a little Zerkaliciousness, which means now we're going to have to deal with flyers, and we could potentially get assassins into the mix. So that's no fun, but that's the price I'm going to pay on this one for just not paying attention. Looks like this lane is just about clear. Let's just hammer them all out. There we go. Alright, so what do we got and what do we want to do here? And of course, we now have EMP Kami Dargan. So we actually don't have assassins out of the deal. But do I want to do anything with them is the question. I don't think I'm going to do anything at all. I think I'm just going to let it fly and just pew-pew on them when they come out. So I will have to watch for them coming out. Spread a few upgrades around while we're at it. Once again, just staring at that mini-map. As soon as I see the flyers come out, I'll start getting a little uppity on them. So far, so good. Here comes our first Cobalt. Come on out, little fella. We got another Zerker running around. A few upgrades on that lane will take care of that issue 100%. But we're going to have to kill these flyers in the meantime, so let's just shoot them all down. One more. Come on out there. He's almost there. There we go. Little guy just needed some encouragement. Let's go ahead and drop a few more upgrades here. We know we're going to need to upgrade this lane. These making it out of the pack yet? They get that little bit of spawn protection for just a second here, but you can shoot them as soon as they cross that little area. Frostfire's getting up in there, though. And there we go. Now let's see. Let's go ahead and let's get this lane upgraded a bit further. I don't need those Zerkers zerking. Let's go ahead and pop all this stuff here. Actually, I think this lane should be GG's now. The Ogre lane actually is doing fine, but I see no harm and throwing just a couple of upgrades around. So let's do that. And then over here, really, everything was just kind of chilling up front behind the cyborgs. So we're looking good there as well. Just to throw a few upgrades around. That's going to leave me 700 here. My mob gallery has switched over to all orcs now, which is fine. Just same thing. Couple of upgrades and it's GG's. And then the Frosty Fodder now has some Frost Orcs in the mix as well. So we're going to want to keep an eye out for this lane being shut down if too many Frost Orcs roll out. Now, they're not going to completely stop your defenses, of course, but each one is going to stack up that cumulative debuff and make them go slower and slower and slower. So let's just go ahead and let it roll here. Let's see if we're going to be good against these Frost Orcs. I think there's enough goblins in the mix still where the goblins are actually going to end up destroying the orcs from all of that go-boo boom going over there from those flame auras. Looking good here. The ogre lane should definitely not be an issue now that we've got some upgrades in. Actually, it looks like everything is running pretty darn good. I want to keep an eye on that frost lane. But it looks like everything is just getting chewed up at this point. Need to get our flyers rolling out here. Ogres are being CC'd appropriately. Still 200 mobs. The flyers like to take their time. That's for damn sure. And here they come finally. See if we can't get Frostfire going up in there again. And then that will handle that lane for sure once that Frostfire starts proccing. Poor little birdies never stood a chance there. We got 5 mobs left. Got a Slakelion in the mix down over here. We'll want to keep an eye on that guy. But let's just go ahead and continue on along. In fact, it seems like it's pretty much GG's now. So let's go ahead and jump on forward to wave number 5. And here we go into wave number 5. I'm just going to continue to slap the remainder of my mana right here on this lane so these Zerkers don't get too zerky. And looks like that's all I can do there. We can pump one onto that one. And I think this map is going to be GG's. We do have that Slakelion down here. He hasn't really marched too far forward, so not really a big deal at all. We'll go ahead and smoke that guy. I didn't check for my bosses, which probably would have been a good idea. But we'll see what we've got coming here. I do have that Sparkle Party pet on, just in case something gets a little too uppity. Like an assassin, if I get Scarnash coming out. 300 mobs left. Not going to see any flyers for a minute, so might as well just DPS this lane just a little bit. In fact, we can even throw another upgrade over here if we wanted. Here come the flyers now. The few up front. Once we can get the greater pack of flyers and we can get that Frostfire going, then I can just kind of even ignore the rest of the flyers. We do have Thork getting a little uppity. Let's get him real quick. Thork is down and back to Flyerville, so weren't ever able to get that Frostfire popping up in the entrance, but whatever. We are still going to be able to get it done. I got one more getting a little uppity there. Oh, it's a skeleton walking the wrong way. Imagine that. And one more flyer, and it is GG's for floor number 67 on Ancient Power Reset number 69. Thanks for watching, y'all. I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.